Theatre is a powerful tool, and at the Glowworm Book Club, it is used to help children break their inhibitions and express themselves better. To see how this is done, we visit the Elemenopy Play School, where they've been practicing to stage their annual children's theatre production.
I think it was just about going back to basic, simple things. Freedom of expression and not being told what to do. We're in a very copy-paste world and everybody is constantly being told what to do. So I felt that today these kids need to really be given a space where you have your freedom of expression for what it is as it is, not diluting it, not manipulating it, not controlling it, but giving them a space to understand, apply, and a confidence to apply it later. It's as simple as that.
4, 3, 2, 1, action!
Theatre, which requires them to shed their stage fright and be loud and bold under the spotlight, gives them confidence. They learn to express themselves, and this goes a long way in preventing abuse and untoward behavior.
The whole reason why I forayed into children's theatre was because of my daughter. When she was 3, she just froze on stage. She wouldn't open her mouth and she would just weep. And the sight of people in front of her gave her the heebie-jeebies, and she would just say, "Mama, are there going to be people? I don't want to go if there are people." So understanding that a child is afraid of being judged in front of an adult audience, and the biggest fear is people are going to laugh at me. So when I got that, I said we have to do something to release this fear, and then I started writing children's plays, and I found out that when they enter into that world of make-believe, a lot of spontaneity comes in.
I think there's no better way than theatre. When you dramatize it, you're telling people, stand up and listen. Stop what you're doing and listen. And it's more to educate an audience, which is the parents, obviously. So they don't want, nobody wants to listen. So the best way to do it is dramatize it, sensitize it, make it extremely, go out there and be loud. The minute you're going and being loud and hitting them hard, everybody listens, anyone will listen. The minute you know your inward self and to appreciate you for being you. Nowadays, we're trying to slot every child, every adult, I would say that too, into a certain format. Just be you and be accepted for you. That is the basic layer we're starting with. And how you acknowledge it is using theatre as a tool. The minute you use drama, you're actually fighting from the inside of you all the layers that you were covering up. And you're peeling it one by one. It takes time, but it works.
Today when I see my daughter, she's so confident, she can just walk in and speak to 600 people, doesn't care. So is the story with a lot of children. In fact, parents come and ask me, my child is shy. So I would suggest if there is a problem with confidence or shyness or, stage fright, the best way to cure it is by facing your fear. And facing it in a very artistic and creative manner so you don't feel the pressure of a performance. You go with the flow. We've had siblings who've come to us from the time that they were in diapers and today they're like grown adults, almost, tweens who can speak their mind, have an opinion on things. And we found that now the older children are helping us backstage. Those who started off as the little ones or I can't say insignificant, as probably trees or props, are now handling the little ones backstage. They're cueing them, they're understanding their sequence changes. So we've seen them evolve into very responsible, little ladies and little gentlemen over the years. So that's really bringing us a lot of joy.
Say ha! 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 Pa pa pa, pa pa pa. Volume in. Move to this corner. Thank you. Yes? Okay, are we ready?
We take it for granted that we actually blindside a lot of abuse that's happening in groups with the kids amongst themselves too. So when we're even getting into a dramatic mode, we explain some are not acceptable and some are acceptable. So even the sense of pattern of how we use force, and in drama you can use it. You can actually, you can take it for granted and go the other way around. But we are taking one step backwards and saying, no, listen to what your body is saying, listen to people around you, and have the guts to say no. And that's why we're having like a piece like flamenco for the girls is actually a very strong statement. I keep telling the girls, and they're all in a very defining age. So I said, to you it might be just a song, but at some point in your life you will reconnect, understanding your inner strength, defining that. Surprisingly, most of them go back and rehearse and work the scenes out with their parents. In doing so, subtly they are actually sharing the same image back. So you're taking a sense of you from here and you're recreating it with your own little societies. So they're actually creating their own little pockets of society of change in their own families in a very subtle, I would say, while they think that the kids are being dramatic, I think subtly they're also learning it subconsciously without even realizing it. So we are gradually changing a society, hopefully, and I think we're just starting, but we're getting there.
Theatre is a dimension in itself, because even though to us it is just a script or a play, to a child it becomes life itself. So when they come on to that stage, they transform into that person, or that they are in the milieu of what's happening around them. And when we inculcate, for instance, in this play, we've encouraged adults to be responsible and cast their vote. So that becomes a child's inherent responsibility to caution the adults. So likewise, valuable concepts like being a responsible citizen or understanding where you are in terms of social circumstances, or dealing with degrees of abuse in different ways, all of that can be incorporated into a play. And when the children are taught to it in a fun way, they understand the seriousness behind it. In fact, one of the children came and said, "Did you see the finger everywhere? It's like cast your vote at the right time." So they become observant to these issues. Though they may not have the wherewithal to stand up and fight for a cause, at least they are sensitized to these kind of things around them through theatre.
The best part about associating with Elemenopy is that I think because the space is so colorful, it leaves room for kids to be their colorful selves too. It already opens up their mind to say, let's be different and unique. Let's not stay in the gray area. And that's the best part. And the fact that they have a lot of equipment that we can play, because we're doing a little bit of an acrobatic thing in between. So I think the space gives room for that. And the fact that we can sometimes choose indoor and outdoor space, I think we're really grateful to Elemenopy for opening up and just opening their hearts, their homes and their space, which is lovely.
Been a part of Glowworm for 3 years. Glowworm has really helped me to overcome my stage fright and has given me lots of confidence.
I like
about Glowworm that we get the snacks breaks and we always have fun while doing it.
This is my 3rd year. I like to come to Glowworm because I love acting. Acting has helped me to overcome my fear of stage and talking with people.
I've made a lot of friends and my dad and mom feel very proud and my friends say that how do you get out of my stage fright?
My parents feel really proud of me when I'm a part of Glowworm as they think I act really nicely.